crucify the price. It is no longer your lips yet I apply. He gave up his life so I could walk in freedom. He paid up the price.
Back to Peachable Moment. I am your co-host. My name is Nisi.
And I'm your other co-host, Jade.
Yes, so we're coming at you with another episode here.
Yes.
So what we talking about, girl?
So this is our first episode back. This is the 2024 episode. We are a little behind. It's not typically January, so it is February. Mm-hmm. But we just want to come and discuss some of the things that we want and look forward to for Christ and how we want him to move in our life for 2024 and what we want to leave in 2023 and let it die and let it go away and what we want to look forward to 2024.
And you know what, girl? This came right on time because I said I don't count January as the beginning. January this year, it didn't give. It was 6 months long. Every day it was something.
Can we just start off on January 1st? We went out for New Year's. We just went bowling. Yeah. We woke up flat tire.
Flat tire.
I had a flat tire. January 1st, 10 a.m.
I said, I see this. I see what's gonna go happen. What type of weapons trying to form, but they will never prosper.
Right. January 1st and just January was beating us. It's crazy.
I told you, and I was like, it was like January 17th. I said, why is it still January?
I did see you say something like that.
I was like, jeez,
so long.
It was so long. It was so dreading, but
Sorry. I don't want to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I was thinking something. So if you could wrap January up in one word, what would you say?
Dysfunctional.
Disappointing. Disappointing.
Dysfunctional, disappointing. Honestly, disillusion. It really had me. Delusion. January, really. Every week. It was something for me, like every weekend.
Yeah.
But I am thankful for it because honestly, I'm glad a lot of stuff happened in January because it kind of set the tone of what I'm not accepting at the rest of this year or in the rest of my life.
Yes.
So I'm happy about that. But February we looking forward to that because
Black History Month,
Black History Month.
Black History Month.
I don't know nobody but Raven, my niece's birthday. But I honestly just look forward to any other day because every day you're gonna have a bad day. You know what? You're gonna have good and bad days.
Yes.
And so every year, because I be on Twitter a lot or X a lot.
Oh yes.
And every year I notice they always complaining about the end of the year. It's always the end of the year. This year was bad. This year was this, that, and the third. And I can't say the same for 2023. Honestly, I haven't had a bad year since 2020, but 2023.
Yeah, not just
2020. I think we all as a collective, like if you didn't have a bad 2020, that's probably because you had a PPP loan and you.
Oh my God. No way.
Everybody was going through it in 2020. There was nobody that wasn't. You're not going to tell me you didn't. So
2020 was horrible. A lot of things happened. Like, come on.
Yes.
So yeah. So with that being said, I guess we can go ahead and get into the episode. Mm-hmm. So I guess I want to start off by saying, well, we said January was disappointing. What is something in 2023 that you did or discovered that you are not taking, that you don't want to take into this year, 2024?
I discovered a lot. Mm-hmm. And I discovered I had myself, I had a lot of anger and a lot of things that I thought were normal. I didn't realize till when I became a part of Christ that it was not normal and it was actually toxic. So I thought one thing that I discovered in 2023 that I'm not taking into 2022 is conditional love.
Yeah.
Because I found Christ in 2023. I got close to Christ in 2023. And that's when I discovered really unconditional love.
There we go.
Me and you were talking about this a couple of days ago. And we were just like, honestly, to know Christ is to know love. And if you don't know Christ, you honestly don't know love.
Now you're talking.
So
yes,
that's what that acknowledgement and things like that. So
yes.
And it is not necessary for someone else to love you also in yourself, because when I noticed, when I got closer with Christ, it was a lot of things that I accepted and a lot of things that I did that I was just like, I did not love myself.
Understandable, agreeable.
Did not love myself. And it's just no more of that. It really is. And even though January was like, but I think January was so rough for me because I'm changing. Like, I'm not accepting the same things. I'm not doing the same things. So that's why it was a little bit rough for me. But I'm doing it with Christ. So that's for me. That's me. I don't want to go on a long tangent, but yeah.
And we have another episode about love coming up very soon. We'll be getting into that. So just to say about mine, I would say something that I did in 2023 that I don't want to bring into 2024 and just want to leave in 2023 is just, I guess, having a different version of like basically false realities. Like 2023, I was just like in this la la land of thinking like, oh, this is how it's going to work out. And like the two different ideas of what I wanted and what God wants. And I was consistently fighting them.
Oh,
like I was,
God gonna always win.
humble be to the fullest, like telling me to leave stuff alone, and I'm picking things back up and trying to be like, oh no, asking God for a sign. He's giving me a sign. He's giving me the answer. Completely ignoring it, being disobedient. And then when the plans don't go out the way I want them, now I'm heartbroken. Now I'm crawling back because I literally am broke down, crawling back to God, being like, okay, you were right. This was
like, what have we learned?
Yeah, this was a delusional idea, or this was like the idea in my head was not lining up in real life, and just learning between the two. So basically not being disobedient. I'm going to leave that in 2023 because that can really make you miss your promised land. Like being disobedient will make you miss the promised land. Moses, for example. Boom.
The Israelites.
Yes.
Only took them what, 13? Was it 13?
40 years.
It really took them like what, 13 days, or it only took a few days for them to get to the land of milk and honey.
Yes.
But they were so disobedient and didn't want to listen to God. It took them 40 years.
Yes, this is so crazy. So with all of that being said, that leads me to like my other main question for you is, how do you want to grow closer to God in 2024? Like, what do you want to do with 2024 in regards to God? Like, how do you want your relationship to improve? How do you want that to look in 2024?
I want it to look like actual, like you said, obedience. And I also want it to actually look like, I've been using my discernment a lot, because a lot of times, I always ask God for a sign, like you said, and He give the sign, and it's just like, I don't know, that ain't the sign.
I don't think that's the right sign, God. No.
So actually, and I think that's why the discernment and the obedience come hand in hand, because it's just like, if God is going to give you a sign, you got to be obedient to Him, and you also got to discern after God gives you that sign, how I'm gonna move with the answer that God gave me.
Exactly. And be okay with the answer that He gave me.
And that's the thing. A lot of times, it reminds me of that picture I've seen a long time ago of a little girl. She had it's a drawing, and she holding a teddy bear, and Jesus is reaching for the teddy bear, and He had a bigger teddy bear in the bag, and I'm just like, that little teddy bear.
Yes, and you can't let the thing go. Like, you just can't let it go. And I would just say, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Last year, I was just so caught up in this particular thing that I was just like not listening. Like, I had so many signs, and I'm not listening. I'm like, oh no, like this is a sign. Granted, there was some big signs, but they probably weren't from God. So I don't know.
Yes,
it was weird, crazy. I think for me, going into 2024, like I said, I just want to be more obedient and really just truly trying to get closer to Him, and like getting out of consistent cycles with certain sins. I think there's certain sins that I just keep falling into, and like at this point in my walk with Christ, I should have let them go already and surrendered them to Him, and I have not.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for sure.
I definitely battle with that.
Yeah, me too. Like,
it's almost like a trigger. Like if I hear something and I'm just like, I kind of miss my old life.
Yeah.
not I don't miss it. I think that's the enemy in my brain, because I literally gained nothing in that whole life. When I picked up denied my ways and picked up God's way, my life changed tremendously. But when I was in the world and in my own way, it stayed the same.
Yeah, there was no movement. You could like see that it was no fulfillment in things. Like you could just say that it wasn't fulfilling.
I kept getting heartbreak, and it's not like in love, but it was more so like depending on other things more than depending on people more than I depend on Christ.
Yes.
Listening to other ways and it's just like God is, now that I'm like tenured in my walk with God, it's more so like He's like, okay, I showed you this. It's like He's showing me this, and it's kind of like the free will, like He's giving me the choice of like, what do I want to do? But ultimately at the end of the day, He still has the power into what I want to do. If I continue, you're going to continue in heartbreak. But if you're going to continue dealing with a certain type of person that showed you who they are, I'm gonna show you some.
No, I definitely agree. And it just, like you keep saying, like, keep entertaining certain sins, or just keep doing things that you shouldn't be, like, I don't know, like maybe cussing. Like I need, cussing.
Something I struggle with so bad. I really want to like let that go, because I feel like God has worked it. He's worked me.
Yes, exactly.
Like sometimes a little curse word add a little sauce to like what I'm saying.
I see that.
Especially how I feel.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I can just get at the God, I think that'll mean a lot to Him, because He knows how much I hang on to.
Yes. And I also noticed that, like, even to be honest, secular music, like I'll listen to, like, a lot of time I'll listen to Christian music, and like I really been getting into Christian rap. Like my favorite Christian rapper, Keon Boone, and I really love him. Caleb Gordon, yes. But Keon, if you see this, I love you.
This your biggest fan right here.
So I just think that for me, I just keep, and I think secular music, it dips into other sins. Like for me, like, secular music, it dips more into like lust sometimes. It also dips into like me being more prideful, me being more boastful, like just some of the things they're saying.
It's kind of like metaphoric a little bit, because I remember in school they'd be like, weed is a gateway drug, and I feel like secular music is like a gateway.
It so is. And like, for real, like I'll be listening to secular music, and then I'll be like wondering, why am I struggling with lust so bad? Why am I being so sassy? Why am I being so boastful and snippy with other people? I don't know. I just feel like that. I don't know. Is that the same with you? Like, I just feel that's what I do.
It definitely is a difference when even in the gym, like when I be in the gym and I listen to secular music, like I get it in. But like when I'm listening to like my gospel music, and like I really have like
a better workout,
more endurance, like I'm more encouraged. I think something need to be studied. It needs to be studied.
It needs to be studied. But no, like so serious. So that's just something.
At the end of the day, it's not a sin, but it's like a gateway.
Yes, it's like, so listening to secular music, it's not biblically a sin, but if it causes you to act on those sins, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So does that make sense? Like that's if it causes you to act on certain sins, then that's the sin. Like it's the gateway.
We gotta do a whole episode on that.
A whole episode on secular music. Like we definitely do.
To wrap this up, what would be the teachable moment you say here?
I would say for me this year is just being more obedient and stop trying to combat God with like my idea, like what I want versus what He wants. Like you literally have to deny yourself and pick up your cross and follow Him. Like how am I going to be obedient and say I'm a Christian if I'm like literally being disobedient, not listening to what God is saying? How am I calling myself a Christian and I'm literally just not listening to what His will for His life, like His will for my life? He knows better than I. And if situations happen where people leave my life or situations don't pan out, a door closed, it's for its good. And I know last year that happened, I was just thinking like, no, I know better, but no, he knows better. He knows everything. He's omnipresent. So literally when somebody leaves my life, he heard conversations I wasn't a part of.
Right.
And if events happen, if doors close, that means that certain things there was nothing behind the door for me.
Yes.
So that's what I'm just learning. Just to be this year for 2024, just being obedient is my peachable moment, peachable word.
Yes. Another thing, I didn't bring this up earlier, but my peachable moment too would be like, kind of also think about like following Christ too is different. But we're set apart, and at the end of the day, how he moves is different from how we do.
Yes.
And another thing that I said I wanted to work on is my ability to accept rejection, because I don't do it too well. Like, it's not that I don't accept rejection, it's just like I don't put forth the effort because I'm afraid of the rejection.
Yes.
So I don't even try, basically.
Yes.
And God is working on me in regards to that, because he's teaching me that his rejection is not that. It's redirection.
Yes.
He puts us, all our paths are set, and he puts us exactly where we need to be. And at the end of the day, God, all rejections are not rejections from God. There's always redirection. He wants what's best for you, and he knows what's best for you. So
exactly. So yes,
that's a peachable moment there that ties into it. But if you enjoyed us, ladies, thank you for watching. We do appreciate you. And you can also catch more episodes on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And if you like some of our clips, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at peachable_moments.
Yes.
In the meantime, bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.